A few months ago, I got these coilovers from another YouTuber, Evan Shanks. As you can tell, they are quite abused, very dirty, and need a good refresh. I'm not going to completely tear them apart and rebuild them. I'm just going to pull them apart in a simple way and try to clean everything and then respray them because I don't really care for the green. They're teens or tines, don't know how to pronounce it. But I don't care for the green, so we're gonna paint them blue today. Hopefully all goes well. I've never done this before, but I've got a bunch of supplies. Here's everything I'm gonna be using in today's video. Obviously over here I've got paper towel, we got brake parts cleaner and degreaser, cleaning brush, that way I can keep everything nice and clean. I've got a Scotch-Brite to sand everything, wire hanger to hang everything to paint, a colored chrome that's blue. Need to test this to see what I can get away with, so I'll do that here in a minute. A filler primer, just in case I make any really big sanding mistakes. And then I've got my wax and grease remover here. So hopefully all this is appropriate and what you're gonna need. And this is what all the other ones look like. They're all pretty much the same, just very dirty and need a good cleaning, and then also just a good respray. I believe they're on Swift springs. I don't really know if that's correct. That's what Evan Shanks said. I can't remember entirely. I don't really care, I guess. But I got them for a decent price, and I just want them to look good. Even though you're never gonna see them, I just want them to look good. Now the first part we're gonna do, I have a test that I wanna try with this blue chrome paint, so let's go see how this turns out. So the idea that I had was to use this color blue as a foundation and then use this as a top layer and see if I can kind of get that lighter color blue to show through. I don't really know if it's gonna work, and that's why I wanna try it. So I've got two pieces. This one's gonna be primer and just this. The other one's gonna be primer, this color, and then this. Just because I don't know if this color is gonna look any better, I wanna try it too. So that's the color difference. Well, as you can tell, there's three of them now. This one has a silver base and then the blue on top. That is the just primer and then the blue. And then this one is that darker blue and then the mint color blue right here. And this one look almost identical. That one has more of that darker hue that I'm going for, so I think I'm gonna do a silver base and then the blue on top of it. But they're all three not exactly what I was going for. I don't really know what I was trying to go for, but none of them hit that color hue or that vibrance that I wanted. I went ahead and let these dry for an entire day, and it looks like I like this one, which has the darker blue here and the mint blue here. I think I'm just gonna go with the darker blue. They all still look pretty similar, but the silver, I don't know what happened. It just does not look as good anymore, in my opinion. I don't know if I didn't spray it correctly, but I'm gonna scrap the silver idea and just go with my original thought, because this blue I think looks really good, and we're just gonna do again that darker blue color there. Now that we have an idea of what the color is gonna look like, we can come out here and actually clean the coilovers and make them ready to get sanded and then painted. Again, what I'm gonna be using is just this little cleaner degreaser and brake part cleaner to hopefully get this looking back to its original form. For the first overall clean, I think it looks really good. I mean, clearly there's a massive difference there, so I think we're doing the right thing. Off camera, I went ahead and took the bottom of the coilover off. Got it pretty much ready, masked up. I just have to sand it down and then we'll be good. As for the rings, I'll probably leave those on there and just tape everything up because I don't want to lose the spot of where everything's at or mess up the preload. But I still need to take the top hats off, so that's what we're gonna do here in a bit. But first, I wanna go ahead and get color on this and see what they look like and see if I actually like it. While I wait for the bottom pieces to dry, I figured I'd work on taking the top hat off. And right now, as you can tell, it's kind of rusted together. So I didn't want to ruin the preload on this, but I had to. I dropped it all the way down so I can actually loosen this, and now we're good, and I can take that off. Normally, I feel like all you'd have to do is just zap it, but it didn't work. And I don't want to hold it like this just in case the spring decides to launch. I don't trust it enough, so time to unscrew those, pull the spring down, hold it, and then take it off. That way I can sand all this off and make it look brand new again. Maybe lower this a little bit further so I can grip it. There it goes. Just like that. Top hats are off. Sand them up. Spray them. Don't know if that was supposed to do that, but it did.
Day 2.
I've been debating what color I should actually paint the springs, and I decided I'm gonna do white, but with glow in the dark. I know this makes no sense because you're never going to have any daylight on the coilovers, but I figured for video purposes it would actually be kind of cool. So yeah, we're gonna do glow in the dark paint and see how it turns out at the end of the video. I don't know what it's gonna look like, so.
Every moment tonight, they led me to you. Every single time you look at me, I lose it too. Why don't you come sit next to me? Let things happen naturally, like it used to be.
As you can tell, I have a really ghetto contraption here. It should work, theoretically. I don't know if it's gonna hold. We're gonna hope it holds, but we're gonna do all of these the exact same color blue that the bottom portion was. So first, we gotta do the filler primer. Everything's already been prepped, sanded, should be good to go. And I'm worried about these because you do have little like tools you use on those, so it might actually rub the paint away, but whatever, it'll be fine. I also need to work on doing better light coats. I keep doing a full like dark coat, and I know I shouldn't do that. It's just what keeps happening, I guess. Now I have this piece as well that I need to do, but I don't have anywhere to hang it. Let's see if these are dry. I'll do this real quick. I do still have to do the glow in the dark paint on this, but need to make sure it's 100% before I do that, and it looks like it is, so we can start that here in a minute. Now it's on to our blue. Somehow I touched it there. Oh no. It's almost out of paint. Yeah, that'll be alright. I'll never see it. So we're looking pretty good. It's a little tacky, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for it to dry, and then we can lay the blue chrome on top of that. But this blue color looks really good. I kinda like it like this. Now it's time to do the glow in the dark portion. This is just so stupid. No one's ever gonna see that, but it looks really cool. So I'm happy with it. Everything turned out so good. I'm so happy with it. I was worried the blue was gonna be a little bit of a different color, but this is perfect. It's exactly what I was going for. So this is awesome. There's still some small imperfections on this, obviously, just because I didn't sand all the way through, as you can tell about right there. But again, it didn't turn out too bad at all. And then I accidentally peeled some of the paint there and there, so I might touch that up before installing. But overall, again, everything looks great. The white on the springs even looks really good. It's a little green just because of the glow pigment, but overall, everything looks really, really good. Now it's time to put everything back together. It's really not that difficult to do. There's 3 colors here, spring goes here, then top hat, tighten everything down. And then I have to set preload, which I'll do in another video, possibly, but it's pretty simple and straightforward. I did kind of clean this as much as possible. It's not perfect. I didn't want to paint it just because I didn't want to make the thread pitch thicker than what it needs to be. So just did a really good cleaning on it. I think it's fine.
One eternity later.
Ah. That looks so good. I'm so happy with the way that turned out. It's so much better than the green was. I'm gonna go ahead and measure this side here and then I'll put the bottom on. That way I can make sure that the other one is the exact same measurements when it's screwed into place. I have it set right at 4 inches right now. It'll probably change a little bit, that's okay. I just wanna get the base measurement done. That way they're screwed into about the same spot. Okay, looks like that's as far as it goes. So 4 inches was wrong. Let's get it there. Technically we can tighten that down. First coilover done. Now we can work on the other one. And there we have it. Coilover number 2 is done. I'm so happy. They look so good. It's crazy to know we went from that to that. This looks so good. I'm so happy with the blue. I did get it pretty dirty with all the oils in my hand, so I'm gonna clean up the white, and then we will actually do these at another point off camera. I just wanted to show you the exact process of how I'm going to basically refresh my coilovers. The difference is absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing. I love that, absolutely love it, and that's just all disgusting and dirty. So, oh hey, there's the brand that I was talking about, Swift. So it is Swift Springs, only on the front though. Hello Ollie, how are you? So I have the coilover sitting out in the sun for a few seconds, that way I can see how well they glow in the dark. But I think they've been here long enough. So let's go take them inside and see the glowy bits. Oh, that is just so cool. Lights on, lights off. They glow so well. Oh, I love it. Looks like that's gonna bring us to the end of today's video, and I'm just gonna say I'm really excited how these turned out. They look absolutely amazing, especially compared to how we got them. I mean, look at that. That's absolutely horrendous and terrible, but these turned out so damn good. Really happy with it. I have a few things that I have to touch up. I've nicked a little bit of the white up here, but I mean, that's easy. I can go back in, mask it, and then respray it a little bit. The glow in the dark is absolutely completely pointless, but it's cool, and that's what I wanted to do, just the cool factor for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. This is going on my Skyline here in the near future. My rear shocks and struts are pretty much blown, so I needed to do something, and I'm just gonna do all this off camera for the front. I just figured it would take too long to add it in this video, and you've already seen the majority of how to do this yourself at home. So if you're a car person and you want to give this a shot, do it. It's pretty easy and straightforward. Just make sure that you're prepping correctly. A lot of this I kind of like barely prepped and it still turned out really good. I could have done better on the preparation, but I did mask everything and I sanded everything and then I cleaned everything. So technically I did do it correctly-ish. And the results speak for themselves. I mean, again, they look so damn good. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, that is it. So I will see you guys on the next one. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Stay awesome. Later.